What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. This is Zach Crowd with the Jam Space Podcast. I want to give a special shout out to Metal No Papel down in Brazil for spreading some Zach Crowd love in the Southern Hemisphere. Thank you very much. If you guys never checked them out, go check out their Instagram page or on Facebook and Twitter. They're writing about bands all day long, man. It's hard to keep up with the number of articles they're doing. I want to thank them very much for the kind write-up they did for me. And today's episode is featuring Angel Calderon. He is the drummer for Hudu Akil, the band of yours truly. I've been all over the country with this guy. He's a very sweet dude, and he teaches little kids to play music. So let's get right into it, man. I
Tanks now
want to talk
pressurized.
about
35 seconds and counting. We are still go 30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I was trying to get in the mood for this podcast, and I was listening to some of your stuff that you got on SoundCloud, and I gotta tell you, I've known you for about for almost 5 years now, dude, and I didn't know that I was hanging out with a fucking hip-hop beat producer. You're like really good at that, dude. What do you call it? What genre would it fall in?
That stuff is like, yeah, I always just refer to it as like that lo-fi hip hop chill beats stuff.
I love it, and I'm actually I was subscribed to that channel for a long time. Lo-fi hip hop beats. It's a chill too, and
They really do make you chill out, man. That's what I wanna achieve with those. I really like those pretty jazzy like piano things that happen, and then there's so many cool drum sounds you can mess with. I have this sample pack that's all a bunch of drums that were used in Wu-Tang albums.
really.
And it's so cool, dude. All the different things you can do with them. And
I imagine you could spend a great deal of time messing with that shit.
too much time. But it sucks because the only thing that sucks about it is being confined to this little screen of your computer. You can plug it into the TV and everything, but it's definitely a different music making process than I was used to being just a drummer.
If you could elaborate on the design right now, like you don't want it to be confined in the computer, how would you change that, man? What do you want, like holographic keys and shit like that? Stuff you can touch outside of the screen? Like we've seen on the Marvel
That would be
movies?
pretty cool, actually.
Hell yeah.
I always think, because I always construct these beats like piece by piece. I'm sure there's easier ways to do it that I should figure out, but I think in my ideal world, I would have a small studio space where I could, if I wanted to, just record a drum beat like 4 measures long and then copy and paste that in the same style that I would the programmed beats. Like that would make probably my workflow faster because I wouldn't have to punch in things and test it out. I could just sit at the set and then sample those sounds and like start making them sound that hip hop dry sound that I like.
Have you ever looked into the things people are doing with Ableton and that Ableton touchpad thing? I forget what it's called.
Not much, but I'm interested in them. I really want to get Ableton Live.
I fell in a deep YouTube rabbit hole of people making music with this Ableton Touch. What the fuck is that thing called? And it's just basically a pad, Ableton Plush, something. And people use Ableton Live, and you can basically, like you're saying, you start the drum beat and then you throw it into a loop, and then you can interchange between different loops like a DJ, like live DJ or whatever you want to do. You can do it all live and record it at the same time. Or you can grab it, drag it around, You can do that
Dude,
inside of Ableton Live. But with the with that touchpad thing, God, I can't think of what it's called, man.
I'm
I need
looking for it now. I don't know. It looks like
it's some kind of pad, but it's really cool. There's a lot of YouTube videos of people doing, and it's usually one or two people, and they run around the room playing all kinds of instruments, and it just loops. It's essentially like what we've been talking about, having a bunch of those Line 6 loopers
yeah.
on every instrument, so you can just loop shit and run around and play different stuff.
That's exactly what I want to do. Just experiment like that. I've seen
But
people live loop drums.
This Ableton thing takes all those loop stations out of the equation. It is the brain. It's one piece of equipment. You just need that pad and Ableton Live, man. That's all I'm gonna say about it because I really can't even name any of the gear right now. But I've seen people doing it, and it's really fun. I'm sorry,
No,
man.
yeah,
Go
that's
on,
awesome.
man. Like you said you want to. I know you like that loop stuff, dude. So
It's real interesting to mess with loops because like I first started doing it as a practice tool to just write things, and then once I found out that I could plug a looper into another looper and start adding live loops over like a backing loop, it just started taking off. And then you can use a loop and just mess with like weird other pedals to create different sounds. I think that's what got me into this. Um, I don't know, laptop recording stuff is it's like doing that except way more user friendly.
yeah, for sure. Um, I've heard some samples in your stuff too. Where do you get your samples from?
Um, like instrument or the like voice stuff.
Yeah, like the voices.
So far, where do those come from? Sometimes if I'm looking up like a particular like movie that I want something from, I'll just Google that and find a safe website where they just have collections of like sound bites from movies or old TV shows or whatever.
Gotcha.
Not all of them. Sometimes you can even go as far as like go into YouTube and ripping audio from some like someone uploaded a scene of a movie 12 years ago, you know.
So you're recording this at home on what? GarageBand?
I have Studio One.
Okay.
It's a
That's
PreSonus.
PreSonus, right?
Yeah.
Um, do you feel like you've got your recordings up to par where you want to like release them, or you consider all these demo tracks that you're gonna go do in a real studio, or are you just gonna keep tinkering on it until you get it to where you want it to sound right? Do you think you've got the capabilities for that in your home studio?
There's definitely a lot of things I want to upgrade. I do think when it comes to like the beat loop stuff, the very um, digital sounding stuff, that I feel like if I could just maybe get it mastered, I feel like I've mixed those things in a way that they sound like I want them to. But the songs where I really want like a real band feel or at least just drums, I feel like if I went and professionally recorded the drums, I could probably achieve all the guitar sounds I want off of this thing. They've
So
been
I've thought the
amazing.
same things to myself as well. Keep going. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's they do amazing things with this like modeling technology. I know a lot of people are purists when it comes to music and like they're only going to record with their guitar and their amp and mic it like in a room that's fucking it's got all the cool stuff on the walls. Like I get that. But if you need to record at home, if you don't have all the money to go and record your guitars every time, getting them just right, there's a lot of very impressive technology. Um, People are working on really, really good amp simulators. I don't think they replace them all the time, but I think they work very well.
I think the industry is moving away from that. Well, maybe not the industry, but the artistry has to be moving away from those big studio productions because the way people are consuming content now, They just devour it so quickly, and it's not sustainable to go in the studio for thousands of dollars for per song to put it out, and then it just burns up real quick like a bottle rocket. It just blows up in the sky, and that's it. And
Yeah.
then it's on to the next thing. So I think more and more people are recording in their house, and with what you're doing with like more electronic shit, it's more digital. There's not really a lot of live instruments. I think it makes it easier to mix that and come out with a good product. Have you ever? I think another good thing to consider is building up the song in your own at your house in your own DAW, and then maybe just sending all those tracks, all the stems out to somebody else to mix. Get another pair of hands on it, another pair of ears. Um, and then I think a lot of people might do it like that, or like you're saying, mix it yourself and then send it off to be mastered. But I think there's a lot of stuff you can do at your house. You don't have to go to the studio and spend $400 or $500 a day, unless you want to. Especially in rock music, when historically rock bands put out albums. Big long albums that you sit down and listen to. You look at the artwork, and other genres of music are kind of like big hit songs, and then you put those on an album. You have like two big hits, and the rest of the album is usually like, whatever, fillers. So, and nowadays, people are just leaking like one single at a time over, pretty much per quarter throughout the year. So, I was just thinking, have you ever considered like sending your own stems off to somebody to mix them for you?
Yeah, I know some people who do that, like as their side gig, and they always produce really good stuff. And I have a small issue giving up my things a little, but at the same time, someone who's like well educated in that area, that could be very beneficial. I thought
Well,
of it
the only reason
sort
I'm
of.
asking these questions is because I want you to put an album out of this stuff, and I'm just wondering why you haven't.
I'm trying to. The biggest reason is I have so many loose ideas. Like on the SoundCloud, that's everything that I've told myself. Like, look, you're done writing this, put it up somewhere, and if you really want to get it recorded, like go do that. But stop working on it any longer. You have all the pieces.
Well, I think that genre that you're doing right there, um, in its essence, it's all on click tracks. It's all snapped together well. That's the kind of stuff you can sync license. You know what I mean? You could really put that stuff out and have a small stream of revenue if you did it right, man. Because those kind of little instrumentals, you could put that behind a ton of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I want to make like ad music and stuff like that.
That's what I wanted to get to. Yes, let's talk about that, man. I think you could make little ad jingles.
It's always something that's been kind of interesting. Like when a song has when a commercial has a really good song, um, you notice it. Like you actually watch for a little bit. It's even better when you actually ask yourself, like, who did that song? Like, what's going on there?
So many times I'll be watching a movie with my kids or my wife. we call her mama in the house. I'll be watching a movie with the kids or the wife, man, and they'll look over and be like, "Are you crying?" I'm like, "Yeah, a little bit." And it's always because of the music, It's not so much the scene that's taking place. The music will hit me, dude. And I cry at shit sometimes. When I cry at movies and when something's touching and that music is hitting you, music can move you quick, is what I'm trying to say. A lot faster than reading a book or watching a movie. Like, you could listen to music for like 30 seconds that could move you It would take like a movie like at least 15, 30 minutes to get this shit across, you know.
Yeah.
And so it could definitely move people to buy shit too. And it seems like that's a huge avenue for revenue, you know? Licensing your stuff out to all these little ads, everybody's advertising. And they're like little 30-second clips. Most of them are just acoustic guitar with, or maybe a ukulele with like a glockenspiel in the back. And that's
Dude, I
about
can
it.
already hear it. I can already hear that exact song. Like,
It's a ukulele and a glockenspiel.
oh my God, yeah, it's in the back of everything.
Okay, I
Because
don't want
kids
to.
love ukulele, so they like fucking they'll listen to the whole ad.
Oh man, my daughter loves ukulele, man.
It's a fun
She picked it
instrument.
up so quickly. I just bought a chord chart and gave it to her, and she just started looking up songs that she wanted to play, picking the chords up and learning them from the chart, dude. And
That's awesome.
it's great, man. Let's talk about that for a little bit. So you not only do you jump, all right, cut, redo, go. No, not only do you drum for one of the best bands around, no, but you're also you're a music teacher. You teach the children.
I do. I teach many children, sometimes some old people, but mostly children. Their minds are moldable.
So how is
Um,
that? How are these kids, man?
well, it's always a gamble. I mean, some kids are they're just extremely gifted when it comes to music. Like right off the bat, they just pick things up so fast. And then there's kids who, yeah, it's just so hard to try to figure out like any other way you can put something. Like some people just don't get it naturally. I think they can get it, but
Do those kids
yeah,
want to be there? The ones that you can't really get through to?
some of them, and those are the ones that like hurts the most because
Yeah.
you could tell they want it, but it just takes time to find an approach, and sometimes the kids aren't patient or the parents aren't patient. That part blows.
So do you have you had an ongoing like student teacher relationship with any of these kids for a long enough period of time to really see their advancement and really see like real growth?
The longest I've had a few of these kids would have, I'd say, maybe like 2 to 3 years with some of them. Not very many, but um, yeah, it's actually really cool to see that, like them struggling to keep a simple rock beat, and then all of a sudden they're playing. I had a kid doing "Fire" by Hendrix.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question. Do these kids like rock and roll? Do they know what's good?
Some of them do. Some of them gravitate towards it. I had this one kid. He was a good drummer, natural, and he always would want to learn things that was like hard to find music for, but Pearl Jam, Pink Floyd, Green Day. He was, I don't know. It was cool to see that that is still alive in some children.
Yeah,
But
because
a lot of them don't even listen to music on their own.
my kids have had access to instruments and good music their whole life. But I made it a point not to push anything on them, you know?
Yeah,
So they like what their friends like. They like what the people like on YouTube and TikTok and shit. They listen to a lot of this mainstream pop, like hip hop shit that we got right now. But they also come to me and they're like, "Hey man, I like Megadeth and stuff like that." You know, and they know who Bob Dylan is when they hear it, and they know who Hendrix is when they hear it, and Johnny Cash, and they're well versed on music. You know,
yeah,
just from because their dad plays it all day long. But I think they're just naturally gonna be drawn towards this mainstream like hip hop culture that we have right now because it's so pervasive in everything in every aspect of our society. It's in every ad. It's in the video games. You know, everybody loves Fortnite, and then they have like Travis Scott concerts inside of there, which is really cool. You know,
Oh yeah, that's right, huh?
so for kids to be into rock and roll, I think is like for a kid to choose a different path. Because my son plays the drums, right, and then
Mhm.
he's got a little friend that plays the guitar. And his little friend reminds me of me, man, because he's like so passionate about music. He had a long haircut when we met him, and he just loved Motley Crue and stuff. And they came together and jammed a couple times. This is really cool, man. I might put the video up on the
Dude, yeah,
website or
that'd be
something.
awesome.
But yeah, man, I think like choosing like rock and roll and to make rock and roll is something not a lot of kids do just because you know the easier choice to make is just listen to what's right in your face, being shoved in your face all the time. So that's why I was wondering if these kids liked good music, or because I was talking to Adrian Matthews on our last episode, and he teaches kids audio engineering, and he says it's pretty mixed up in the high school kids too. You got kids that like hip hop, you got kids that like rock and roll, and like I just heard some music on the radio the other day that was like all of that shit smashed into one. I think it might be a Machine Gun Kelly song or something. But it starts out like a hip hop song, then it turns into like a pop punk song, and then it's got some screaming going on.
Yeah, they're starting to. That's what someone was telling me. Hip hop artists, like they're kind of intermingling with a lot of the rock stuff, and slowly, like, I don't know if they're bringing it back, but they're keeping it alive in a way.
Isn't that
And
weird?
yeah, who would have known? It makes me wonder if it will have some other type of not explosion, but like resurgence, maybe like in the spotlight again. But I don't know, man.
So,
The
do any
times
of
they
these
are
kids that
changing.
you teach, do they play in bands? Are they active in music at all? Do you know?
Most of them who come through, they do something in school with band, which is good, learning how to play with a group. Um, None of them really ever talk about forming a band. A couple of like the teenagers, but um, well, they have the drive of teenagers. So yeah, sometimes it happens. Like I have one bass player. She's I think like 16, 17, and she immediately was just like, I want to be able to play like Tool. I'm like, all right, like let's maybe not start there, but we're definitely gonna get there. And she was playing Schism, and she's like talking about learning this song with a guitar player and a drummer, and so we've been like learning that song in her lessons. But
That's
some
really
of them
cool,
have
man.
that. Some of them just show up. It's kind of strange. A lot of the piano kids, their parents tell them, you have to learn piano first, and then you can choose guitar or drums or whatever.
Such a crock of shit. I remember being told that too, man. Learn what you want to learn, man. Play the instrument
Yeah,
you want to play.
you got to embrace that. You're gonna try harder if you like are genuinely interested.
Have you ever had a student that was like recording music?
Um, that's a good question. Not, I
Or
don't
maybe
think
one
any of
that has
them.
gone on to record music?
There was this one girl. She didn't stick around long though. She came to do some guitar courses, and then um, her family did a lot of performances, like here and in San Luis, doing like Spanish music, and she would sing and I guess play guitar. They actually had like a van with her like image on it, and they would advertise her like a pop singer. I don't know uh, if she went to go keep doing things, but that's probably the closest one. I haven't seen too many of them. No, wait. One kid. He took piano for like a month or two, and he left to college. And I went to Warp Tour later that year to go catch uh, CKY and Guar. And I ran into this kid. He was going to ASU. And he was like, dude, you should stop by this tent. My band's going to play an acoustic show. And it was pretty awesome to see that. Like, I had no clue that he was just out there.
How was the band?
It wasn't totally my thing, but they were
You're like,
jamming.
they sucked, but it was awesome to see that.
It wasn't it wasn't my bag, but you definitely, like, they were jamming together. They seemed to like gel, and it was just
They're
cool to
playing
see
at
that.
Warp Tour in a tent.
Yeah, and it was the summertime. It was awful.
So they're doing better than us.
Well, no, I don't think anyone's doing anything now, but
Let's shift the conversation a little bit, man. How do you feel since we've released the new Hudu Akil thing, and now we've been kind of on quarantine? Everybody's doing their own thing. You ready to get back and do some Hudu Akil stuff, or what?
I definitely do want to do Hudu Akil stuff. I miss drumming entirely. I've hardly done any of it. Obviously, we've been hit by this COVID stuff ruining everything. Even any other drumming thing I had going on, it all just kind of plummeted. And Hudu Akil keeps me fucking moving. Like, some of those songs just go.
And it's fun to do shit too, right? It's fun to go out and play shows. Like,
yeah, man.
I've told you this before, man. I'm the kind of person that if you give me something to work with, I'll take it and run with it. You know what I mean? So I just love having that thing, that collective interest of a few guys that want to play rock and roll. And then we can make some content and have a good time, you know? And when I say make some content, I'm not saying that's what we're setting out to do. I'm saying we're going to have a good time. But at the same time, I'm going to turn all that into some good content, you know? And it's just like when we have the guys together, it's such a fun time. And it's fun to, and then that kind of stuff propels itself forward, is what I'm getting at. It's like a pathology thing, dude. It's like we might make an inside joke, like this "fuck Zach Cry" thing. It was just a little inside joke, and then we put it on some T-shirts, and it's already sold a few of them. So, you know, that kind of shit. I love having those energies to bounce off of each other, and I can't wait to get back to it, man, and just see where it takes us. Because things kind of start unfolding for you. People ask you to play here, they want you to play there. Oh, let's go to Vegas. Oh, let's go to Salt Lake City, you know. I miss that shit, dude. You know, I'd love to shoot out to the East Coast and do a tour all along there, man.
It would be, I've never been on that side of America, and I think that would be
a breath of fresh air is what it would be, man, from being out here in the desert.
I do like the desert, but I'm not gonna lie, going around and seeing some trees, the ocean sometimes, that's nice.
What are you doing now, like during quarantine and stuff? Since we can't be playing shows, I know you were a librarian at a school, and most schools are shut down now. So, what do you got going on?
Now, still, I mean, teaching as often as possible, and I've been doing a lot of the music making, finishing songs, taking up painting, and started a podcast with a couple friends of mine.
Hold on a second. You've been painting?
I have been painting.
Have you been posting any pictures of anything up anywhere?
Not a whole lot. But I do want to show some of them off.
I'd love to see some, man. I used to do a lot more art, man, when I was younger. But as I get older, I don't find like the urge to want to draw or paint or anything like that.
Yeah, it can be hard to sometimes just setting it all up, the effort to put it there and then to clean everything up. And it's time consuming. I've gotten really lost in a painting before and missed out on some stuff, but it's a very fun thing to do, very cathartic in a way. Um, I don't know. It's not. There's no pressure to it. Like sometimes with music, I'll feel like I have to. I have to write something that like impresses me. You know, I have to go above and beyond. But then painting is just put some colors there and see what happens.
Oh, that's sweet. I like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so and then you said you have a podcast?
Yeah, we've started a podcast called A Little Bit of This. It's with my buddy Isaiah and our friend Xavier. It's been
What do you
fun
guys
so
can talk
far.
about?
There's no, it's not really a narrow focus. The point of it is we have all this. Well, it's like when anyone talks, you know, it's so easy to just fucking tangent everywhere. Um, and especially with us, me and Isaiah are like that a lot, where we just kind of branch off subject to subject. So that show is kind of like our little ADD. You know, we just talk of a little bit of everything, whatever comes out. We're
Okay.
also supposed to do. We want to film actual like comic bits and stuff.
So this is a
That go.
comedy podcast.
You know, we try to keep it good natured, and we just like to laugh. I don't think we necessarily mean to be comical, but I think that's what we do. We all just like to make each other laugh, essentially. So that's what it comes out to.
Do you ever have any guests on?
No, I think we've thought about it. There's lots of cool people to talk with, but me and Isaiah also wanted to do a secondary podcast um, that is just interviewing. Um, we're gonna interview people while eating tacos from local restaurants.
Sure, I'll be your guest every episode.
We provide the tacos. You give us good, I don't know, conversation. That one's still in the works. There's other things we want to do.
Who's providing tacos?
I don't know. We'll have to discuss that.
You guys got a taco budget on your podcast?
That'll be the first thing at the top of the list when we ask for a government grant. We need to make sure we provide top quality tacos to our guests.
Are you already distributing your podcast?
A little bit of this is on all the things: Instagram, Facebook, I believe Spotify as well. Xavier handles a lot of that stuff. He was doing his own podcast for a while, and he does YouTube vlog stuff.
So do you know?
I am very not smart about all of that, but I'm learning it.
So basically, you want to get your own RSS feed, and that's like the most simple way to explain it would be think of like a Facebook feed for a podcast. So anytime you upload something to your RSS feed, it's gonna go out to all the publications. You know.
Okay, yeah.
I use Libsyn, Libsyn. And I think it's like $20 a month. And you can host your podcast, and it'll go to Spotify and everywhere that has podcasts. So
That's cool.
just a little something to think about. Now, there is one last order of business, Angel.
Yes.
What are you going to call your freaking project?
Well, I think I should just stick with Skloos because it's just, I don't know. It's already what it is. It's what I label everything. It's easy enough to change things because I haven't officially released anything, but
That's Squoose. SQUOOSE.
Yeah, it's just an internet handle I've used for a while, and it's I don't ever see it anywhere else. So it doesn't sound like anything. Like it's not a really like a band name. I like to just think of it as like that's where my stuff goes. Squoose will be I don't know, the host. Anything I create and I want to put it there, boom. It's its own spot. I think it would be cool to use Squoose as a big umbrella, and like underneath it I have, like, let's say I just want to start a little group project, a punk band for like an EP, get together cool people, write the songs and do it. And then I can use Squoose to like just to sell that to a different market, or maybe like see where that goes, have it as a project I'm doing, and then always be able to come back and revisit it. I don't know. There's so many
I love that type
possibilities.
of thinking, though, man. Like umbrella thinking, man. I don't know what to call it. It's like a pathology. It's like, with this, I could do this, and I could do this, and then this can offshoot into this. Now you got all these little sublets of this thing that you're doing, and it's just, you know,
Connecting
that's a
dots.
creative mind when you just let it run wild. And I really dig that about people, and I dig that about you. And I hope that we get us a damn Squoose EP or something in the near future. I know we've been talking about big things for the new Hudu Akil. Let's not go into that yet. It's a big secret, but the way we're going to release the new Hudu Akil album is going to be cool. Right?
Yeah, I'm excited for that. There's a lot of cool little things that'll be able to happen along the way.
I'm going to pick one of your SoundCloud songs at my discretion, and I'm going to play that shit at the end of this podcast.
All right, I'm into that.
Bam, I got his permission, ladies and gentlemen. Angel, thank you so much, man. You are on Instagram at Tiny Robot. I mean,
Not
yeah.
so tiny robot.
Not so tiny robot. And then your music is called Squoose. SQUOOSE. And you got what, SoundCloud?
SoundCloud. I'm slowly uploading things to a YouTube channel under the same name. And whenever get a collection of things I want to officially release, that'll go. I'm definitely going to work the Bandcamp and the Spotify and everything in between.
And ladies and gentlemen, he is also a very attractive man and the drummer for Hudu Akil. Give it up. Thank you very much, Angel, man. It was good talking to you, man. I appreciate you coming on the show.
You too. Thanks for having me.
All right, brother. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
Raisins in it. You like raisins?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Angel Calderon. He is the drummer for my band, Hudu Akil. He is also a very good friend of mine. He's also a very sweet dude, man. He's teaching little kids how to play music and stuff, and man, we really appreciate that, working with the children. He has been doing his own thing, man. This is what you're listening to right now, and I really dig it. It's like that lo-fi hip-hop beat stuff that he was talking about. They got a podcast called A Little Bit of This. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook, all that. I hope that they get it together and put it out on, distribute it everywhere. Other than that, check him out at Not So Tiny Robot on Instagram. You can hear his music at Squoose on SoundCloud. Very good friend of mine, man. Can't wait to get back on the road with him, get back to playing some music. But we'll cross that road when we get there. When I say road, I meant bridge and road at the same time. Thanks for listening to the Jam Space Podcast. You guys be good to yourself. covers, mud flaps, hot dogs. Tell you about our new line of Fuck Zach Cry merch. We got a whole product line. I'm talking koozies, coffee mugs, backpacks, mouse pads, steering wheel covers, mud flaps, hot dogs, tequila, our own meal at Burger King, house shoes, outside shoes, panties, booties, condoms, and cookies, our own strain of cocaine, a patented vaccine, our own social network, presidents of the United States, and in the world! Hashtag fuck Zach Cry. Go to zachcry.bandcamp.com.